Welcome to our comprehensive guide on using Webex, the ultimate solution for conducting efficient and productive online meetings. Whether you are a seasoned professional or new to the world of virtual collaboration, Webex offers a wide array of features designed to streamline your online meetings and enhance your communication. Now, there are a variety of advantages that you will have with Webex, including high quality video and audio, screen sharing and content sharing, interactive whiteboard, chat and instant messaging, breakout rooms, recording and playback, as well as so many things like integration with the calendar and security and privacy. It's more or less like the Zoom call, but it has, I think, additional features than Zoom, and it's a bit cheaper, even though it offers the 40 minutes free trial for free users. After 40 minutes, you have to log out and re-log in again. So join me today as I dive into each of these features and guide you through the step-by-step process to master Webex, so you can lead your effective online meetings and collaborations with confidence. So to start with, all you need to do is come to your browser and search for Google, and you can just go ahead and search for Webex, just like so, and hit on enter, and it's going to bring you to this, the first search, the leader in collaboration and customer experience. You just click on it and it's going to bring you over here. Now, this is the beauty of it. You can see there are a number of benefits that you can enjoy. You can just try to go through and just have an insight into what it does and what do they do. But you can just quickly go to the downloads over here, and it's going to bring you over to this platform. The site is automatically going to detect your operating system. If it is Windows operating system or Mac operating system, or Linux, it's going to detect automatic. Right now, mine is Mac operating system, Intel chip, and it has just detected it. So you can just go ahead to download it by coming over here, click on download to download the version that you're working with. I've just downloaded mine and installed because the downloading and the installation process is very, very straightforward and direct. So let me go straight to show you how to use it from scratch. Now, once you install, you can come to your launchpad and you can see it over here, Webex. The application has been installed. You can just click to open it, and you can see you'll be welcome to this very platform. You just need to register, create an account and register, and you'll be brought into this very, very platform. The first thing you see here, you'll be welcome to this point. This is where you create personal meeting room, join an existing meeting, or schedule a meeting if you have any. So let me show you the step-by-step on how to join instant meetings. If you have an instant meeting, you can just copy this link, share with someone, and you can join and start meeting directly. Down here, you have the option to connect your calendar. Maybe you can connect to Microsoft 365 calendar or Google Calendar. You can connect in any of them, so all your meetings can be streamlined accordingly in your calendar. Now, if you want to join a meeting, all you need is just to click on this, paste in, search for the meeting if you have the link, or if it's available, you can just join directly, or from the link that was shared with you, you can just directly go ahead and use it to join a meeting. So usually, just like the way you have in Zoom, you have a username and password. They are usually in form of codes, or you can see them in links, just like so. To just enable you, once you click, you can have access to the meeting and join instantly. Now, another way to join a meeting, you can schedule a meeting. When you click on schedule a meeting, then it's going to take you to the scheduling point. And here you can schedule your meeting just like the way you do schedule in Microsoft in Zoom calls. So you can give the topic, for example, TM meeting. I'm going to create a TM meeting and specify the date and time. Which date are you targeting? For example, tomorrow, and I want to make it at 3, and the time is okay for me like this, okay, 3:30, and it's going to stop at maybe 4, so 30 minutes, and then you can specify the date it's going to stop. Of course, it's going to be tomorrow also. Then specify the timing. This is West Africa, so you can just leave it at default. It automatically detects. If this is going to be a recurrence meeting, you can tick on this, and then generate a one-time meeting link, or use my personal room link if you want. You can use that, and directly you can put some description if you just want to add the description. You can check on advanced options where you have some range of controls, like in the security, in the audio connections, and in the scheduling options. For now, you can keep everything at default. You can add people from the invitees from here. You can add people by their email if you have invited them. Now, once you're done setting everything, you can just schedule, and this meeting is going to be scheduled for tomorrow at this time. So you can just go ahead and take in the details and share with your friends. Now, the next thing is you can, before we start a personal meeting room, I want to show you the key thing whenever you come on to conduct meetings is to start by checking on the settings over here. Hello and welcome to my house. So you can start with the general settings. This is where you have all the most basic settings: meetings default, landing screen, start Webex when my computer starts. You can change the selection and the multitasking. You can enable all this from here. So you have some very basic settings to start ticking from here. And you have the most important ones, which is the audio settings. This is where you choose your device, which device you want to work with. For example, the speaker, which speaker you want to work with, you can choose from here, and you can test also to hear the sound. It can give you the sound if it's working fine or not. And you can specify the microphone that you want to use from here by just selecting. You can see from the range of microphones, you can select any to start, and you can play around with the volume levels, and you can be able to see the volume levels directly, okay, and increase or decrease the volume accordingly if you so wish. By testing, you will know the exact sound. And you have other bunch of features from here, like sound effects. You can have directional audio, and you can optimize for noise removal. If you want the application to remove noise, you can enable it to remove noise, or optimize for my voice without adding the noise removal option. Or you can optimize for all voices or music mode. If you want to, you can enable all this. These are some very basic controls that you can put from the audio tab. Then you have the video options. Here you can select which camera you want to use. From here you select which camera, and you are free to mirror the camera. You can mirror my video if you want. You can mirror it this way or this way, the same way, or automatically select a camera. You can set it to automatically detect and select a camera. And if you want to zoom to fit, you can always zoom to fit, or enable hardware acceleration, or you can on your own try to adjust the video. This is one of the components I find very, very effective and useful when compared to other platforms like Zoom. Zoom also does that, but Google Meet doesn't have this option to adjust your brightness and contrast. You can play around with all of these features before you start the meeting, so you can enhance your coloration so people can see you very clear, just like the way I'm appearing clearly. So you can check out the resolution also. You can go, if depending on your network, you can go to 360, or you can stay at 720 if your network is quite strong. Mine is strong, so I keep it at 720. Now you can show self view in meetings. Okay, you can show self view in meetings. You can position yourself here, or show in floating video. You can see it over here, just like picture in picture. Or you can hide yourself, or show only when the video is on, can be shown just like that. And I want to show with others just like the way the default. Now this is sharing content. You can enable advanced sharing options from here. And notifications also, you have a range of other features to check out for here to enable. Okay, these are some space notifications, maybe beep, direct message notifications. This can be sometimes destructive during the meeting, so to be hearing beeps, it can detect distract, so it's better sometimes to off all of them. And then we have meeting options. Over here you have the schedule meetings. You can choose when to receive notification for scheduled meetings. Is it 5 minutes before the start of the meeting? You can control all that as the admin. The meeting action sound, whenever someone joins the meeting, does it beep so you know that there's a new person that joins the meeting? Or does it, a participant leaves a meeting, does it beep? Or what kind of sound? You can see different sounds, different kind of sounds. So you can choose between all of these little controls. A participant raises his hand. What kind of sound do you want it to sound? Or I receive a message. What kind of sound do you want it to sound? These are very good notification options, but sometimes they can be destructive, so it's better to keep them off. And then you can have the call options. You can select different kind of call options. How don't mute notifications, always mute notifications, or the above. You can decide to select all these. Call sound notes, you can select also when there's a call, what kind of notification should you receive. These are some controls you can put in. Then we have appearance. Right now it is set to this dark mode, and sometimes you may not like it. You You can enable the light mode, and I think this one is better. Or you can go to the indigo, you can select, and everything now changes. I think the light one is quite better, and I like it that way. So you can change the appearance from the theme to the meetings. Always use dark theme if you want to set it as your default. Or reaction skin tone, you can set this according to your skin tone. So anytime you give a reaction, this is the tone that's going to pop out with, instead of you to waste time to have to select the kind of skin tone to use. To recognize hand gestures if you want to. And then you can have accessibility. These are some other features, controls that you can enable. And then you have keyboard shortcuts. Over here these are different default keyboard shortcuts, like go back in history, go forward in history, go to messaging, go to Teams. These are basic controls that you can easily customize and change them to your liking. And then you have the privacy. You may play around with some privacy options, messaging options. How do you want the message? Where should your messages go? These are locations and space list. You can do all this. You can check and see how you can position them accordingly. Then we have the most important, which is the meeting options. You can set the calendar, which one is your calendar and which email is attached to it. Webex calendar, the default Webex sites, and my personal room. So you have your personal link and your personal room number, just like the way you have in Zoom. So if you want to, in cases when you want to use your personal link, Zoom number, you can use that in the meeting to create the meeting, or you can use your personal link to just allow people to join anytime. Then you have the joining options. How do you want people to join? Use my last joins option, or how? Move meeting options. These are some also other very basic controls on how people should join your meeting. What are the protocols they should follow before they join the meetings? And then you have layout. How many people do you want in a particular screen? The default is 25, but you can go as far as 81, depending on you. And then you have the calling options. You can use FaceTime when calling, or answer calls, start call with FaceTime if you want, or any other platform accordingly. You can choose. Then you have devices. If you have selected some devices, this is where you will be able to see them accordingly. Now, this is the general settings. Once you are done setting these general settings, you can always close. Everything is now set, which is the most important part. Now you can start a meeting directly by coming over here to start a personal meeting. The meeting you have scheduled yesterday, the other time, you can see it over here. TM meeting, okay, the one we just scheduled the last time. So you can see it over here. Anytime you click, you can start the meeting and people can join and start and continue with your discussion. And before we start a new meeting, let me show you some other very basic things you should pay attention to from the home tab of home screen. You can search or meet and call people from here. You can use this plus sign as well to send a direct message to people, or create a space, something like a group that you all can work together, just like the way you have in a group. Or you can schedule meeting or start a new meeting from here as well. And then you have the calling options over here. If you want to check out your calls, all your missed calls, or people that have called you, or you can see your teams. You can create teams, so you can organize spaces for a group of people to have some private chats over here. And then you have the messaging option. This is where you can send direct messages or messages to spaces. You'll be able to see all of them here, and you can send message directly. The conversations, you will be able to see them here. So let's go back to meetings, and then we can start a personal room meeting. So just click on this, and then it's going to pop up that we're about to start a personal meeting. Okay, get ready to join. And then you can specify some very basic things like the computer audio. Select, and you can select any of the audio. Then you have speaker and microphone. You can test from here if you want, and then you can choose the speaker and microphone. Which one do you want to use? You can choose from here. And the microphone also, you can choose from here. Which one do you want to use? If you have any specific, you can just select from here as well. And once you're done selecting speaker and microphone, you can always go on and come to the video. This is the audio. You can mute yourself or unmute yourself. While you're entering, it's advisable to mute yourself so you don't have to disturb people or people to hear what you are saying directly. Now, next is your video option. You can click to see the video options. You can choose the camera that you want to use from here. If you finish choosing, you can change the background. Right now, we don't have a background. If you want to have a blurry background, you can select. Now we have a blurry background even before we go to the meeting. And if you have a specific background that you want to set, you can easily select and set that background before you go on. And if peradventure you want to add your own background, you have an image or a video, you can click on this to add that background. So let's say I have this background and I want to choose it. Okay, so you can easily bring it in and you can see it as my background. So you can mirror it so you can see it very clear. So you can let me click out so you can see. So this is when you want to import your own background, but I think I prefer this one. And then we can click out. So let's say everything is ready, we are set. So start the meeting by clicking on this. So now we have started the meeting. The first thing you need to notice is that you have the unmute button over here. This is at any given point. If you want to be open for you to talk, you can still talk. Okay, unmute yourself to talk. You can still unmute yourself. And you can stop video from here. You can stop video or you can on the video like I've explained earlier. And then you can invite people to join directly or copy the meeting information and share with them directly. You can share with people and they will be able to join also. So over here, you have the option to share your screen. If you want to share your screen or an application, you can share directly. This is the option to share your screen. And then this is the options to share maybe your Chrome browser or Audacity or some of the applications that you have open within your system. You can share any of them accordingly from here. You can decide to share with computer audio or show me in front of the presentation. If you want to deliver presentation, you can decide to show yourself in front of the presentation, just like picture in picture while still delivering the presentation. Now you have the option to select any, maybe screen, and come over and say share, and it's going to share your screen. Now you equally have the option to upload a file. If you have a document, maybe you have PowerPoint or an image that you want to share, you can always import it from your computer and you can share with your friends. Or you can share your camera. You just select which of the camera you want to share, or check out other advanced options. Maybe you want to share your phone or portion of a screen. So let me show you briefly how you can share your screen. Select the screen that you want to share. If you want to share a complete screen, you can just go ahead and click on share. And right now I am sharing, you are sharing your screen. Still you are waiting for others to join, but everything here is being shared. You can see with the red lines at the edges. Okay, you are sharing your screen, and once you're done sharing, you can pause sharing of the screen or you can stop sharing of your screen from here directly. So let's say I'll stop sharing of my screen and I say okay to this, and I'm now back to the meeting. We can continue with our meeting after maybe I have shared my screen and people have seen my presentation or thereabout. Now the next thing is you can record your meeting directly. You can specify where to save. It's going to save on my computer, and you can specify the recording option. And once you start recording here, it's automatically, you can specify location. Where do you want to save it after the process? So let's say I want to save it at my downloads, and you can give it a name, maybe depending the kind of meeting you are holding, you can give it a name and just go ahead and save. And right now your system started recording. You can see it from here. So you can just go ahead and continue the meeting. If you want to stop recording, you can still click and you can pause or stop the recording. So let's say I stop the recording, and then the recording that I've just made is going to be saved in that location that I've specified. Next is you can raise up your hand if you want. You can see I have just raised up my hand using the skin color that I've selected earlier on. And you can see you can put in other reactions as well. If someone does a good job, you want to clap for that person, you can click to clap for the person directly, and you can see it's showing on the screen. Or if you want to raise up your hand or give a thumbs down, you can do all that from here. So there are a range of other things you can emojis that you can attach, and your screen is going to go perfect. You can always off that and off the emojis. You can come to these three dots and you have other range of controls, like you can switch audio and you can lock the meeting so no one joins after a given time. Okay, maybe you specify the timing to start the meeting, and after that time you're going to lock the room and no one can join. You can invite people also from here. You can start a whiteboard in case if you want to show some illustrations to people, you can see yourself up here while still delivering the presentation or showcasing your illustration. So you can see you have other features, bunch of features, like you can select a pen, choose a color and start writing with it, and even choose different thickness. You can see you have different thickness that you can work with, and you have the eraser at any given point. You can erase what you have written, and you have the pen tool also if you want to use pen tool to do many other things. So it's very easy to do many things. So you can be able to see the preview from here. So down here you have shapes. If you want to bring in different shapes, you can select and just bring in different shapes, and you can color them accordingly, put in different color and put in different fill color. If you have any fill color at hand, or if you want to put in the side color, you can change accordingly. And then you have stickies. You want to put sticky notes, you can easily put in sticky notes and select. Okay, so you select and put in any sticky note. So this is very fantastic for illustrations if you want to showcase different kind of ideas, and you can always change the color accordingly. And you can add text also for illustrations. You can, in the text also, you can select and you can bold, you can italize, you can underline, you can do all sort of adjustments. You can align left, right, and center, and you can make the writing large, medium size, or small, or extra large accordingly. So these are features that you can always play around with for illustration purpose, and people will be able to see you directly as you are making these illustrations. So you can change your virtual background also from here if you want to showcase yourself while still doing the illustrations. Once you're done with this, you can close from here. You can close for all. So close whiteboard. So you're back to the meeting proper, and you can still come back to the three dots, and you can enable breakout rooms in cases when you may have sessions that you may want 2 or 3 or more people from the meeting to participate and have some private discussions and then return back. You can enable that, and then you have breakout sessions. And then you have other meeting options. From here, you can click and you can check out some of these controls like start video, send reactions, and so on. You can select all this from here and apply whenever you are done. And then you have you can report an abuse, and you can check out the statistics of how many people join the meeting and how many people stay until the end. So next you have these apps. You have a number of apps that you can incorporate into Webex. You have my apps, or you have the ones you have shown interest and start. And then you can discover some. There are so many applications that you can work with. Once you understand the one that you work with or the one that you like, you can always start it, and it's going to be found at my apps. So you can use it at any given point. You can refer to it at any given point. You can search as well. And then you can have access to all the participants from here. You can invite people. You can message people directly or thereabout. And then this is the messaging option. You have the option to send in message to everyone, or send a message, direct message to people, selected people. You can send message to them directly. Now, one of the key features I like about this is that it comes in with some of these key text editing features, like you can write, and once you write, you can have the option to bold or italize or underline, or make it H1, H2, H3 accordingly, or even insert a link, or adding other features like markdown or thereabout. So you have these much controls, and you can add the emojis directly in your messages. You can see you can add emojis directly into the messaging. You can see different type of emojis that you can add directly. You can bring in any and add them into your messaging. And you can check some GIFs if you want to add any. You can select from the GIFs also and add to your message if you are interested. And you can call out people. You can call out people within the meeting. You can specifically cite someone from the meeting, or all mention. You can mention a particular person directly from here. So these are some of the key features. Once you finish writing, you can just go ahead and send the message, and it's going to go to everyone, or to direct. If you want to send direct, then it has to be a different thing. Now, once you send a message, you have the option also to edit, or to reply, or to do other things directly from here. So many things. You can copy, you can paste, you can flag a message, or you can delete a message if you're interested. So this is very basic. You'll be able to see other things like layout view over here. You can have the grid view, stack view, or side by side view. You can enable all this from here. Full screen view, automatically hide names, or thereabout. You can control all that from here. And you'll be able to check the strength of your network. How strong is your network? Is your network okay, or thereabout? And you can lock the meeting also from here. You can just lock it directly, and then you can continue with your meeting. So this is the most basic things about meeting. Having people join the meeting, you'll be able to see all of them here, and you can take screenshots during the meetings or thereabout. So you can check out the info about the meeting generally. This is where you can copy the meeting information. This is the link. This is the meeting number. And then this is the host key. You can share all of this with your participants prior to the meeting, so they can easily join your meetings. One last thing that I need to show you is after you've finished everything and you're done with the meeting, you can just come over to this red button and just click on it to end the meeting. And once you click, you're just out of the meeting. You've ended the meeting. And you can review your profile from here by just coming to the top over here. This is your name. You can update your availability from active to probably busy or do not disturb during the meeting. You can set in all this, and you can edit your profile, set status, edit your profile, or still go back to settings or sign out. This is very easy to be done with just this one click. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a bit about how to use Webex to conduct your meetings, to set meetings, to schedule a meeting for your team members. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.